I never listened to Chapo Trap House because it's some kind of socialist podcast, and why the fuck would I? But there's always a remarkable amount of salt about me on their Reddit, or subreddit, sorry. So I just thought I'd go through this. This was just a wonderful example of the kind of misinformation about me that gets spread around, and I just thought might be fun just to enjoy some of the salt. So Norris OBE, who's a very, very fair-minded chap. Over the past 5 years, Sargon of Akkad has provided no value to any discourse whatsoever. He obviously doesn't remember what it was like in 2013, when criticising feminism was enough to get you kicked out of literally anything. Nothing he spouted out of his fucking mouth provided a single idea, concept, or solution to modern day problems. And he has never said anything useful besides SJW's bad and I don't care. Well, I think SJW's bad was quite a useful thing to say. And it's because of me and people like me that saying SJW bad is the norm and not the exception, and that there is a large, very invested group of activists online who are very concerned about the sort of social power of social justice warriors and the fact that they use this power to hurt people. But you know what, Norris? You're welcome, buddy. You're fucking welcome. Anyway, seeing Sargon responding to Big Joel made me realise how useless he is as a man. Yeah, Big Joel's the manly man's here. All Joel's doing is trying to defend Denise Sarkeesian by saying, well, she wasn't saying that we should ban video games. Oh, brilliant. Sargon of Akkad is a living bad faith actor, unlike all those dead bad faith actors. This is a man who dropped out of college, university actually, to scam people out of a video game Kickstarter. That's actually not how it worked. That's not what happened. This is a man who dropped out of college, a computer science degree, when he was, 21? And then when I was 35, I thought, oh, maybe I'll do a video game Kickstarter, because that might be fun. It might be good. But saying to scam people, I mean, why would I refund them if I was scamming them? I can't see why I would give them their money back, because the team kind of broke up and I wasn't able to finish the game to my satisfaction on my own. So after completing the game, not being happy with it, I decided to refund people. This is a weird scam. All I'm saying is I don't feel like I profited from this. But anyway, I used that money, £7,000, to run a 5-year right-wing grifting project. Why? I spend more than £7,000 a month on the team that I employ to run my channel. How on earth could I use a £7,000 Kickstarter, the money of which was easily accounted for by the software we purchased and the assets we purchased for the game? How would I use only that amount of money to run a 5-year right-wing grifting project? I mean, did the right-wing grifting project not fund itself? Again, I must be just terrible at scams if these things aren't even paying for themselves. How am I even profiting? And why would I even do this? Why do you think there was money in being an anti-feminist before I fucking started it? Do you think it was money in, like, criticizing feminism? Of course there wasn't. It was a social taboo. You didn't do it before I basically came in like a fucking bulldozer. But anyway, a project that consists of him shitting on feminists while calling himself classical liberal. I mean, yeah, I guess. Feminism's awful. I am a classical liberal. What's wrong with any of that? I mean, you know, I'll take full credit for that. Thank you very much. He is not worth platforming. That's all right, I got my own platform. And he hasn't ever provided a single radical idea that can change the world. I love the way that you think that the only ideas worth considering are radical ones rather than good ones. I've provided lots of good ideas, and I think I probably have changed the world. I hear my ideas parroted back from various sources all the time, and I'm very pleased about that. I don't necessarily need accreditation for them. You know, you guys can take these ideas and use them as you like. You know, I hope they help you in your daily life. I hope they change things for you. You certainly don't need to credit them to me, but I'm glad that I am having an impact, frankly, and I love the fact that I popularised the term classical liberal. But so, unlike Rutger Bregman and Richard D. Wolff on the left, or even Jordan Peterson and Andrew Yang on the right, Okay, yeah, Andrew Yang, typical right-winger. For some reason, he is still being talked upon like some vanguard of free speech. How am I not part of the vanguard of free speech? There are quite a lot of people who are doing it, but I mean, it's not like I wasn't there front and centre the whole time. But anyway, even though nothing he has said has provided any sort of valuable discourse for the past 5 years, well, obviously a lot of people disagree with you. All I can say is value is subjective, you commie shit. It's not for you to decide what's valuable. It's for the market to decide. And the market seems to have decided, because a lot of people are going to watch this video. So, yeah. But my entire grift is calling SJWs bad without providing a single solution or idea as to why SJWs are bad. I mean, that's just literally, I'll do an hour-long video whining about SJW, but I won't actually address any of their ideas or suggest replacements of my own. I'll just be literally repeating over and over, SJW bad, SJW bad. Have you learned the SJW bad? That's exactly it. Thank you. Thank you so much for this honest interpretation of my body of work. I have never once heard a single unique concept of idea or idea of worth from Sargon, and I'm pretty sure he can't provide a single unique idea because it'll expose him as the fascist fraud he has been for the past 5 years. Okay, look, fascism is not a unique and original idea, so any ideas that I produced that were fascist wouldn't be unique or originals myself, would they? But it's really hard to say, any idea is unique. I mean, like, I've personally come up with plenty of innovations of my own, I'm sure. But it is really hard to sort of suggest that something. I'm not sure if any ideas come out of a vacuum, to be honest, or have been uniquely coined. Because when there's a problem and lots of people see that problem, I think it's entirely possible and probably inevitable that multiple people come to similar conclusions based on that information. So I mean, well, I'm so sorry, basically, is all I'm saying. But let's be fair, right? Marx didn't have a fucking single original idea of his own either. Nothing that Marx wrote wasn't already in some way sort of in a primordial socialist ooze, if you think about it. So, hey, I guess that I'll just have to be as guilty as he is. Anyway, obviously I'm a fascist fraud, a fraud as a fascist, which would probably be correct, as I'm not a fascist. So if I was saying I was a fascist, I guess that would be fraudulent. But anyway, he is too much of a pussy to actually provide any sort of workable solution to what he considers to be the problem, because he knows that any solution to the SJW problem goes against the entire classical liberal shtick, even though he's already masked off himself as a UKIP moron a few months ago. Well, I notice that this is fair and neutral and objective and impartial, but I've provided lots of solutions to the SJW problem. It generally involves repealing lots of laws, changing the culture of certain institutions, and not going about business the way the SJWs want us to go about business. But I mean, I guess if you've never watched any of my videos, you'd probably say that, wouldn't you? Like I've said, even Jordan Peterson's dumb ideas about lobster hierarchies are more revolutionary than anything spewed by Sargon's stupid mouth. He's the guy who was like, yeah, Kathy Newman raises a great point. He seems to want to run our societies along the lines of the lobsters. Dumbass. Hierarchies exist. Well, that's a revolutionary idea. More revolutionary than Sargon said. Honestly, dude, come on. I am sick and tired of people treating Sargon as if he is some public intellectual, even though he's provided no valuable discourse to anything. It's weird how you're literally just not in, you can't speak for everyone. You can't just say, none of you people have any value from this body of work. I get millions of views on my videos every month. Why on earth are people watching them if there's literally nothing of value in them? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Anyway. He's provided no valuable discourse to anything and is too much of a coward to reveal himself as a fascist. Because I'm not a commie, I must secretly be a fascist, but I'm too much of a coward to reveal myself as that. It's not like I could be an Englishman, and as an Englishman living in England, I have a remarkably liberal view on the world, which most English people do, most British people do. But that's secretly me being a fascist. At least Dave Rubin is dumb enough... At least Dave Rubin is dumb enough to realise, that he can't pull the liberal card anymore after doing pro-Bolsonaro propaganda. Bolsonaro is a libertarian. His ideological inspiration is libertarian. Everything he's saying and doing is libertarian. He is a libertarian. He is just he's an uncompromising libertarian at that. It says a lot about how useless Sargon is as a human being when he makes me defend Jordan Peterson of all principle. No one's making you do anything, dude. You seem to have something crawled up your ass, and it's getting you to jump, isn't it? Fuck Sargon. Edit. Hello, brigadiers and fanboys. If you expect us to reconsider us, this is your fucking post, dude. Us to reconsider our hatred on Sargon based on your opinions, then go fuck yourself and post hog on your way out. Very valuable. Thank you. Very valuable. But I mean, I'm sure there are going to be plenty of critiques of my arguments. He's got a posh accent. Okay. Worst form C pronunciation accent out there. Okay. He's from Swindon. I'm not from Swindon. But anyway, carry on. I mean, you guys are saying things that are, that are not true. No, it's not posh. You're right. I don't have a posh accent. I've never claimed to have a posh accent. I don't know why you would think that. It's, his accent is not posh, not even close. Yeah, okay. Here's the typical British nerd accent. Whiny and nasal. I mean, I don't think my voice is whiny and nasal. I'm just saying, I don't think that's the case. But hey, I mean, all of these things are relative. Maybe you're used to hearing these sort of booming, deep voices. I don't know. But he doesn't even attempt to sound posh. Yes, I don't. I would say, I can't even think of. I can't even do a posh accent. But can we talk about how his persona is that of an ancient Mesopotamian philosopher king with massive muscles and a massive beard, all made out of solid gold, calm down, while actually being some overweight, pasty white dude called Carl? Well, I have a beard and fucking stronger than you little shits. I am fat though, obviously. But that's because I didn't live in a socialist country and I actually had access to food. Imagine having ever watched the Sargon of Akkad video. Well, imagine saying you don't like something when you don't even know what's in it. 167 upvotes. I absolutely adore these reactions. These are amazing. Absolutely amazing. His fans are somehow the worst of all internet figures. Fucking lads, right? Give yourselves a round of applause. If these socialist shits think you guys are the worst, that means you're getting to them and you're winning. Good fucking job. Like, I'm sure the fans of full-on Nazis have worse opinions on an individual basis, but any video that criticizes Sargon that is made a response video is full of downvotes and comments, sneering, copying what he said word for word. Or maybe they agree. Some people imagine caring about YouTube comments. Yeah, exactly. I get that you're angry, comrade, but try and focus your righteous anger on something that matters. Yeah, no, dude, this sand is in his vagina and he can't get it out. I watched one Sargon video back in... I watched one Sargon video back in 2015 and it made me realize the anti-SJW crowd has nothing to say and no solutions. Well, my goodness. I mean, that's exactly the kind of sample size that I would expect from the Chapo Trap House. You're having a good time whining about me. Angela Nagel sitting next to Sargon was the largest downfall of a person I ever did see. I will never get tired of pointing out that she was always dog shit. She was great. I didn't agree with her on some points. I agreed with her on other points. She was professional and polite and courteous the whole time and then fun to go and have a beer with afterwards. She was absolutely lovely. You guys are being unnecessarily harsh. Classical liberalism is modern conservatism, like what the fuck? Not really. Yes, and Sargon with you. No. The Conservatives have completely, at least in my country, the Conservatives have lost any kind of moral imperative when it comes to their own philosophy. And like someone on another video I did the other day said, the Conservatives these days are just progressives driving the speed limit. It's completely true. They've lost any impetus they had. I mean, even Republicans these days in America, a lot of them obviously do hold to many classical liberal values, but they let their religious bias overshadow the secular nature of classical liberalism. But anyway, sorry. Did he try to make it big with a Diablo clone? No. But you never played it because I never released it, so you wouldn't know. A relative of mine started watching Sargon a month or two ago. It's surreal because I used to watch that asshole around early 2015 or late 2016. Embarrassing, I know. God, imagine being a fan of Chapo Trap House instead. I internalized a lot of the rape apologia Sargon spewed. That's right. That's an accurate description of my opinion on that. But I stopped believing in his videos. I don't want you to believe in my fucking videos, dude. That's why I list all my sources. When I finally did my own research, oh yeah, didn't provide any sources for that. My relative seems to be in the same boat as I was. He probably enjoys because he thinks it's edgy. Well, apparently it is. I'm going to tell my relative that Sargon defended Elliot Rodgers. Well, why are you going to lie to your relative? Why would you do that? Hopefully then he'll wake up, but he's pretty deep into the anti-SJW rabbit hole, so he might disbelieve me. Well, that's only because he'll probably watch the video where I talk about Elliot Rodgers, and it's Roger, I think. But anyway, whenever I talk negatively about Sargon, he gets defensive. Yeah, but like, how exactly is it when he talks about Chapo Trap House? Do you get defensive then? I bet you do. I can't take anyone who chooses to handle Sargon of Akkad seriously, and I'm kind of embarrassed for anyone who does. Well, to be honest with you, I wish I hadn't taken the fucking handle Sargon of Akkad now. I didn't think anything was going to come of all this. But I get him, though. He's calming and comforting to people who are relatively comfortable with the status quo. How am I in favour of the status fucking quo? I'm literally a radical in my own country. I want to get rid of so many different fucking laws that are totally distorting the state in my country and the things that the state does in my country. But I'm for the status quo. Shut up, guys. You know. I have to say I had a great time reading through this, so I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go and tell them, thanks for the keks. Oh, sorry. That was young people humour. Thank you for the very interesting reading, good sirs. I am sure we will have a very intellectual dialogue about this because you guys seem like exactly the kind of people to do that with. Have a great day.